Hey y'all, welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy and I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, where we are all about faith, family, home, and farm, and in that order. And we're kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So y'all just come on in, grab a seat, take a look, and have a listen, because you don't want to miss a thing. Hey y'all, in today's video, I am so excited to share with y'all something that I got dear hubby for Christmas. It is a Hibachi Steelmade flat top griddle to go on top of our glass top stove. Y'all, we love Hibachi. You know, the kind that you go and you sit down in the restaurant and they cook it right in front of you. Y'all, I had to have one. So when we got this for Christmas, I got it out and I wanted some hibachi. And dear hubby was supposed to have used this first instead of me. But y'all, he was in the kitchen this day doing some things for me on the renovation. I was craving hibachi, so I'm like, you know what? I'll use it first. So I got the owner's manual out, y'all, and I read through that thing ever so carefully, getting familiar with everything and learning how to get this thing set up. So, y'all, they make different flat top griddles. It's like cast iron, and they make them for all different stove tops. So you get to pick the particular griddle that goes with your stove. You'll see, if you're interested in one of these, you'll see when you go to the website. It comes with all this stuff, y'all. I bought the kit, okay? And your bottles, your spatulas, everything. This is spacers. We're fixing to set this griddle up, and I'm going to show you how this works. It's morning time, and I need to season this griddle for the first time, and I'm going to cook breakfast on it, okay? So I put my spacers on my stove. This griddle does not just sit right on top of your stove eyes. Those are spacers that you place at all four corners of your griddle, just like you see me doing. Okay? You make sure the griddle is sitting right on top of those spacers. Granddaughter's coming in to show me something, and she's beginning to get curious about what I'm doing. And then you'll see here in a minute, she sees I'm fixing to cook something, and she's going to join me in the kitchen. But I'm ever so carefully placing this on top of the spacers like they tell you to do. It doesn't just sit on top. You want to make sure it's even to where your burners are, okay? All four burners, okay? And even though you've got small burners and large burners, y'all, this cooks evenly. That is your drip tray. And it is in a triangular shape for a reason. Your two front burners, it's in a triangle shape, so the drip tray, the point of it is going in between the two burners on the top, and then you just slide it in there. That way, when you're cooking all your oils and stuff, you scrape them down to the middle into those holes, and it goes into the drip tray. I'm rearranging everything to make sure everything is on there just right. Got my drip tray placed. I'm wiping it off for the very first time we cleaned it. But they tell you the best way to season this, y'all, is by cooking bacon. Okay, and nothing seasons cast iron better than bacon grease, y'all. So it's morning time, and I'm like, you know what? We need to eat. I need to season this. I need to get used to it. I want to cook on it. I need to season it before the first time I cook on it like hibachi. So, y'all, I made breakfast that morning. I got out some bacon, and we're going to cook it, and we're going to season it. I am fixing to turn on all my eyes and get everything preheated and let it start coming up. And y'all, it tells you how to preheat, how to add your oil. If you don't want to use the bacon grease, cooking the bacon method first, it tells you how to do this. It tells you the temperature to set your eyes. Y'all, I read through this book carefully, okay? And I followed all the directions, and I chose the bacon grease method simply because, hey, we're hungry. It's breakfast time. Let's just season it doing that method. But then right there, it shows you the oiling method if you don't want to use the bacon grease method. It shows you the infrared, y'all, how everything heats up evenly. And you can choose the griddle that fits your stove. Okay, so see, like I'm saying, everything is going to be placed evenly. I'm turning on all 4 burners, letting it heat up. I thought I did that a while ago, y'all. I'm sorry. I was just testing and looking and making sure. Now, see, I'm feeling it to make sure it's heating up, and it is. Okay. So I've got in that jar right there some bacon grease I save all the time, y'all. I am going to go ahead and get a little pat on there and spread it out before I do put bacon on there. And in a minute, y'all, after cooking this bacon, y'all see the granddaughter in the back. Oh, G-Ma's fixing to do something. Where's my stool? G-Ma? I know what she's saying, y'all. I see that look on her face. And Poppy moved her stool that morning because he was doing something in the kitchen while we were on the other side cooking. So she's freaking out. She can't find her stool. So I saw her and I had to tell her where it was. Then she finally finds it, brings it in the kitchen, and starts working with me. Y'all, I used this as a teaching opportunity too. I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm seasoning it, and I'm practicing with it. I'm going to teach her, and I'm making breakfast. Okay, so I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone this morning. I'm using this as a teaching opportunity and a learning opportunity, teaching for her, because y'all, this girl got good at tossing that bacon on there, flipping that bacon, and watching it, and learned how to cook bacon, y'all. There she did. She found her stool. So she's going to set up her stool. She's going to come and help me. I'm reading through some more directions to make sure, y'all, I've got everything set up right. And because I'm trying to be careful, because this is the first time I'm using this, y'all. And I'm like, okay, hubby was supposed to have been the first one to use this, but I'm craving hibachi. I'm not going to bother him because we need to get this done. I'll do it first. But the seasoning has to come first, y'all. At the end of the video, I'm going to explain only one takeaway about this griddle. Only one problem that I have, and I'm going to send an email to the company and make a suggestion of something that I think they could improve on this. But I'm going to find a way to fix it, and I'll get to that later on in the video, okay? But I'm just trying to, while it's heating up, I'm finding my bacon, I'm getting everything together. I'm going to get the granddaughter fixed up here, get her stool fixed up, and it's still heating. I'm having to teach her, don't touch this right now because this is heating up, it's hot, but let's fix your stool, baby. Okay, and trying to be careful with her. So we're gonna get a little bit of this on there, baste it, let it start heating up already, and then yeah, I'm telling her, don't touch, this is hot. So, and then she's like, but why are you touching it? Well, because G-Ma's testing it, okay? Never touch it, let G-Ma do it. So we're gonna get some bacon. I had to find me a spoon and dollop some bacon grease on there. Then I got it basted. I let her paint some, y'all. She liked that part. I think I'm going and getting my bacon and finding my sausage to get ready to cook. And y'all, she loved this. They love getting in the kitchen with me. Older Cece's at school, and I'm like, you know what? Let's use this as a teaching opportunity. So I wound up making a big breakfast on this, y'all, and I cooked the bacon first to get it seasoned. And then we cooked the sausage later. I didn't get clips of cooking the sausage, y'all, just the seasoning part, so you see how this needs to be seasoned. And I wound up cooking about 2 packages of bacon and showing the little one how to put it on there, how to watch to see how it's cooking, when to know it's cooked. And y'all, you should have seen that baby flipping that stuff on there. We wound up getting, and then I had to teach her, if you're going to handle raw meat, you need to go wash your hands and with soap and water. And I taught her, hey, go wash your hands real quick, and then you can come back and help Gmo. And I am going to try to clean up here. And y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, before you comment, I caught myself. And you'll see, I caught myself. Okay? You see what I did there? And you see what I'm fixing to do? Yeah, y'all, I went back and I'm having to do a voiceover on this video, y'all, because dear hubby was making noise. And I was like, you know what? Y'all see what I did? I put that stuff in that trash and I come back to touching things. And then I'm like, oops. So y'all, I'm washing my hands real quick. Naughty, naughty. Okay? So I washed my hands with soap and water, y'all. I think, y'all, I washed my hands with soap and water first because we touched the bacon. Then I sent her to go wash hers. But then I touched that paper. I threw it in the trash. And then I come back and I touched more things. So now I'm washing my hands again, y'all. So shame on me. Wash your hands. Okay, she's got hers all clean. I got mine all clean. And then we're going to munch on some strawberries. Hey, you know what? A girl got to do what a girl got to do. I was like, let's munch on some strawberries while we're cooking breakfast because we were getting hungry, y'all. So I'm going to use this time to teach granddaughter how to look at the bacon. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to show you how to do this. Scoot your stool on over here, baby girl. You going to learn today. And then we started out using the big spatula, that come with the kit. It comes with the water bottles. It comes with a scraper. Oh, 2 bottles. One's for water. See that big old spatula? Look at her. It was so big, y'all. But she was working that spatula, y'all. She got the hang of that. Then your little scraper there, I just used it. I let her have the spatula. And then I'm showing her how during the whole cooking process with bacon, we got to keep the grease. And I'm showing her how we're going to scrape it down to the holes to go inside the drip tray so it doesn't overflow. But y'all, that's the only takeaway I have about this griddle. Maybe I shouldn't have cooked so much bacon at one time, okay? Because I cooked 2 packages of bacon. That little drip tray only holds so much grease, y'all. And I had a little trouble getting the drip tray out from underneath the griddle because at the end of my stove, I have a lip that goes up. Getting the drip tray down into and up under the griddle is fine. Getting it back out when it's full of grease was the hard part because, y'all, I was about to spill my grease all over the bottom of my stove up underneath my griddle. So I'm going to be working on that, but that was just one of the takeaways, y'all, I have about this. I'll just go ahead and tell you right now. I had to get dear hubby to come and lift up the top of the griddle and let me get the bacon grease, get the drip tray full of bacon grease out from underneath. So I needed an extra set of hands. I'm going to work on that, and I'll have some suggestions here for the company in an email I'm going to send them. But y'all, look at this girl. She's getting the hang of this. But she got to where she needed something a little different. And then I was like, wait, we got some tongs. And I bought them their own little set of utensils, y'all, the miniature ones at Dollar Tree. And in a minute, I tell her, hey, let's go get our tongs. They work better. So y'all, that girl got good at cooking this bacon grease, y'all. And then I'm teaching her how to scoop the bacon grease out and put it down in the little holes, okay? So y'all, she learned a lot this day. And we had so much fun in the kitchen together, y'all. Teaching her how to tell when it's done, when you need to flip it, okay? And a couple of times she got popped by a little bit of grease, but she did okay, y'all. All right, now we got to supper time that night, okay? We cleaned the griddle. We got everything all fixed up. And it's supper time tonight, and I'll explain more about how we cleaned it in just a minute. It is supper time tonight, and I am making, now we're getting to the hibachi part. I am making Pioneer Woman's sesame noodles. I got my water boiling, and I'm going to get the noodles going. And while they're boiling, I mixed up my sauce already in that little container back there by the noodles. Now I'm going to be mixing up my sauce for the chicken and the vegetables. I'm using sesame oil, soy sauce, and oyster sauce. And I'm going to mix it all up. No measurements, y'all. I eyeball everything. And I'm going to put it in this bottle, shake it up, get it ready for when I get ready to do the chicken and the vegetables. But after we got done cooking that bacon, y'all, we let it cool off while we were eating our breakfast. Hubby got it off the stove, put it over to cool off some more so I could clean off the stove from my disaster overspill of bacon grease, okay? And I had to clean my stovetop really good and get it ready for supper that night. So here we are, getting everything ready for supper that night. And I already pre-prepped my vegetables. I was using, I'm getting my noodles in here, getting them ready to boil. I thought I already had them in there. I pre-prepped my chicken. I got it all cut up. Everything came out of the freezer, y'all, and out of the pantry. I put this meal together. I got chicken out of the freezer that morning to thaw. I got squash, zucchini, onions, and mushrooms. Grabbed a package of each one, thawed them out. Y'all know how I do my frozen vegetables. I steamed them in the microwave, and then I squeezed the water out, and then put them in the drainer there, you see, and let them drain. And I pre-cut up all my chicken, got it. I had everything ready. Now, dear hubby cleaned the griddle for me because, y'all, this thing is heavy. That is another takeaway I have about it. When it's time to wash it and clean it, dear hubby has to help me. But that's okay. He don't mind, okay? So he got it all washed up for me, cooled off, washed up. But now I need to add that oil again. Since we did have to clean it from the bacon grease that morning. It's already been that first seasoning, but y'all, you know, when you use cast iron, you need to add a little more oil, okay? And still season, okay? You can't just season it one time. If you cook with any kind of cast iron, you know this. You gotta keep it seasoned with each use. So that's what I'm doing again this time. I'm just prepping it and getting it seasoned again to get ready for this meal. I'm just using, I think I have olive oil in there, y'all. You can use whatever oil of your choice. And I'm just wiping it down with a paper towel. It was easier that way, y'all, to spread it with a paper towel than that basting brush. So I got it seasoned one more time, and then I'm going to take it over there to the stove after my noodles gets done. Okay, so I've got it all seasoned. I'm waiting on the noodles. As soon as they get done, I'm going to move them to over here. And then I'm going to put that over there and get it all heated up again. Okay, I got my noodles done. I got them drained. Now I'm going to add that delicious sauce, y'all. This is Pioneer Woman's sesame noodles. Y'all, I've thrown every other Asian noodle recipe away. Now I think this is her recipe, her sesame noodles. No, you know what? Her sesame noodle recipe is different, but this is the one that I come up with because I like these flavors combined together. I use 2 different recipes when I make sesame noodles. I will use Pioneer Woman's sesame noodle recipe, and then I have this one. But y'all, you got to try hers. So I'm going to move those over there, get those out of the way. Okay, now I'm going to put my spacers back on very carefully, just like I did this morning at breakfast. And just careful not to burn myself, okay? Now, I'm going to bring the griddle back. Don't lose your spacers, y'all, but I think they come with extras just in case in the kit. I bought the whole kit, y'all. I bought the griddle, the accessory kit that came with it, and y'all, I didn't get it in this video, but I bought a customized fit to size engraved cutting board, butcher block cutting board. We love it, y'all. I had our name put on it and established in the year that we got married, and it was in cursive, and y'all, oh, I love it because I use it now to cover up my stove top when we're not using it. Okay, so I got everything spaced on there right again, y'all. I'm fixing to put my drip tray back down in there, no problem. I'm not doing bacon grease this time, so it's not going to get as full, okay? I'm spacing everything, making sure it's on there right, okay? Then I am going to turn on all my eyes. I'm only going to be using 2 eyes to cook the supper with, y'all. The 2 front burners. I only need 1 for the chicken and 1 for the vegetables. So I'm only going to use 2 burners, the left and the right, or the right and the left. And y'all, do you ever get confused about which button goes for which eye? I'm so glad they put those little diagrams on there for you, because I'm like left, front. Okay, so there, I'm only going to use the front 2 eyes, 1 for vegetables, 1 for chicken, and I'm going to let it preheat. There we go, y'all. But I love our butcher block cutting board. It is awesome. So I'm going to get ready. I'm going to put a little bit of oil on there to get ready to saute my vegetables and my chicken. My vegetables drained. They're over there in that strainer, and I put them over there. I got my chicken over there. Now, y'all, I want y'all to hear this sizzling. Listen, when I put it on there, I want you to hear this sizzling. Y'all hear that? Can you hear it, or did I cut the noise out? I don't know. Okay, I hope you can hear the sizzling, but you can see the steam. Y'all see it's already cooking. But I want you to notice something. Be careful when you're scraping, pulling, lifting up, because you see I had to scoot it back. Be careful when you're cooking and you're pushing and pulling, lifting, scraping, because it does shift pretty easy. So do it lightly. So I had to keep making sure I was gentle and keeping it spaced, as to where I wasn't shifting it. Okay, so now I'm fixing to add my sauce, and I'm using that same bottle of sauce for my chicken and my vegetables. Okay, and then I'm using I think that one's granulated garlic. I'll see in just a second. And yep, granulated garlic. And then we're going to use granulated ginger. Y'all, you gotta have ginger when you're cooking hibachi. Chinese, Japanese food, you gotta have ginger. Okay, y'all can use the fresh grated ginger if you want to. I just always have ground ginger on hand, y'all. And you can even use the minced garlic if you want to. I just chose to use the dried powder seasonings tonight, y'all. So I'm going to get my chicken going here, get it to steaming, get it to cooking till it's done all the way through. And then I'll get ready to put my vegetables on here, y'all. Now, y'all ain't gonna see me do none of that flipping and this fancy tossing the spatulas up and banging around and all such as that like those chefs do when they're cooking that stuff in front of y'all in those hibachi restaurants. Y'all, I love that. I love watching them cook this stuff in front of us, and then they get that little volcano going, y'all, and then that flame, and it scares the kids. Y'all, I love that. And you're like, whoa, dude. Okay, yeah, and it kind of singes your eyebrows if you're sitting too close. I love that, y'all. But vegetables are going tossed on the other side. Now, y'all, I could have made up some rice and turned on a third burner back there and done the hibachi rice, the fried rice. But y'all, tonight I was just making it simple. I was just using vegetables, noodles instead of the rice, and chicken. You can do this hibachi and get you some fried rice going up there in the upper left-hand corner or upper right-hand corner, by all means. But I just chose tonight, y'all, to serve these with the noodles on top of the noodles. But by all means, y'all can do the fried rice on the other side at the top. So we're going to get our vegetables to going and cooking. And y'all, this was smelling righteous. And it was smelling so good. I had to get a couple of little snapshots, y'all, to show you at the end what everything looked like. So we're just going to keep on. I have to remember. You see, y'all can see the eye up underneath, okay? Y'all, this is just like cast iron. It inducts the heat to the whole griddle, okay? So you don't have to worry. And like I said, they have the griddles that matches your stovetop. If you've got the coal, they have the flat top griddle for the coal stove, for the infrared, for the one like I have, okay, the glass top, okay? When you go to their website, you order the one that fits your stovetop, okay, and your size. Now, I'm going to put the vegetables on one plate, and then I'm going to put the chicken on another plate, and then we're going to get ready to just fix our own plates and sit down and have supper. You know, there's a taste test coming. Y'all, I had been craving. I ordered this, y'all, for dear hubby because I wanted him to cook some on it. And I ordered it for multi-purposes, y'all. This is going to come in so handy for batch cooking big breakfasts, y'all. Like grilled cheese, bacon, sausage, eggs, batch cooking pancakes, y'all, like I like to do. And I can just take a day and just use this griddle and do big batch freezer cooking for those make-ahead breakfasts that I love to do. But tonight we're just going to worry about supper. I have so many plans for this hibachi grill, y'all. So we're going to I don't know why I didn't use that little scraper, y'all. I guess I had it in the sink or I'd already washed it. So I just grabbed a fork, okay? So I'm going to get everything off of the griddle. I'm going to be turning off the eyes and letting it cool down, y'all, before you touch it. Let this thing hang out, cool off, and just sit there for a while. Y'all, look at that. Look at those noodles. Look at those vegetables. Look at that chicken. Now we're fixing to plate it up. And we're going to do a taste test. I wanted some of those vegetables first. Or chicken. I don't know what I'm eating first. Whatever I just decided to shove in my face. Y'all, that's good. That's good. Now, we're going to try the noodles. Nope, we're not. We're going to taste the other one. That looks like the vegetables. Y'all, I can't wait to do shrimp. I did chicken that night because I was craving chicken. And then I can't wait to do shrimp on this thing, y'all. So I can't wait to do steaks on this thing. I want dear hubby to do some steaks in the house on this hibachi grill. Now we're going to try the noodles. Y'all, there is no way to get noodles in your mouth. You just shove them in your face and bite them off, okay? So y'all, pardon me while I take a big bite and shove this in my face. Y'all, those were delicious. Delicious. We are going to plate up. We're going to sit down and have supper. Then we're going to get ready to do the next thing. Y'all, now it's time to clean the griddle. That's where you're going to put water in your bottle, grab your scraper. Have y'all seen how they clean these things in front of y'all when they get done cooking, y'all? You're going to do the same thing with your griddle. See, you got to have heat and water to be able to scrape whatever has stuck on there off and shine your griddle back up. So we're going to take the time to clean this griddle just like they do in the restaurant in front of you, okay? And you're going to put water in your bottle, get your scraper, heat up your eyes again that you used, and the boiling water and the steam is going to scrape all that stuff off, and then you're going to scrape it down into the holes on your griddle. And you're just going to clean this, y'all. You're just going to clean it. Keep squirting, keep scraping, keep putting this off into the holes down into your drip tray. Okay? Cooking supper that night, y'all, was easier because there wasn't a lot of oil. And that, I didn't make a mess. My thing didn't overflow. It was easier that night for supper time. I was just able to reach up under there after everything cooled off, grab the drip tray, empty it out, wash it out, clean it. But it was a disaster at breakfast time that morning. But I will be writing an email to the company and just suggesting that one thing. Can you design, either get them to design one and I'll buy it, or finding somebody that can custom make me a long drip tray that goes from one end of the griddle to the other, that may clip on up underneath there, y'all, and hang out from the lip of my stove to where I can scrape everything just down in there, instead of scooping it to the middle down into that triangular drip tray. So y'all, this is the cleaning up. Then after I let everything cool off, and I scraped everything off, I'm just going to try to get the rest of it off. Then I'm going to cut the eyes off, let this thing completely cool off. And dear hubby wound up washing this for me, y'all, and we wound up storing it back in our storage room. But y'all, I cannot wait till dear hubby uses this to flip some steaks on the grill if it's raining outside. Y'all, if you decide you want one of these, I will leave a link to the company in the description box below. No, I'm not an affiliate. No, I'm not a paid promotion. If you want one, you can get one. We'll see you in the next video.